bringing it to the left. So for the YouTube, hello Rebel, and welcome to the round of 16 playoffs. We have Art of the WAAAAGH, coached by Pete, playing against Treat Kune, played by Zwark. And I am, of course, FullMetalCasting. I'm joined by the wonderful Haringzod.
Hello.
And Trunkhead has come over all the way from the ReBBL to join us as well.
Bringing freedom to your Blood Bowl.
So we're going to be press and play in 3, 2, 1. Let's do it. Bringing freedom. I love it, man. You maintaining that freedom is something that you offer.
It's a, yeah.
But, Blood Bowl needs what? You know what? You should play Helldivers, Trunk. I think you'd love Helldivers.
It looks cool. I'll never give it a shot, but it looks cool.
Well, trust me, the voice work is fantastic. Wow, they've got Knuffles Alter. Who's running Knuffles Alter? Is that Art of the WAAAAGH?
I think it's Art of the WAAAAGH. Yeah.
Oh, maybe for goblins, I suppose. I don't know. Is there any goblin swap players?
But nobody used it. Nobody used it, so...
Yeah, that would have been super helpful for Zwark if he did want to play the Eldril player. But he actually has gone for the Invisible Wizard. Pete's got a bribe. Pete bought a bribe out of his own cash, which is pretty terrifying for Zwark, I think. And he's got a bench.
Yeah, this is going to be a... Yeah, it's a battle of attrition for Zwark, right? Like, he just needs to make sure he's got enough pieces to get the ball.
No, absolutely. And it looks to me like, you know, I expect Pete to be fouling a lot with a bribe and 2 dirty players. Although he's done that thing that every orc so far has done, which is sticking his flippin' dirty player on the line. I don't get it. It's like, if you buy a bribe and have a dirty player on the pitch, why the heck are you using him as line fodder? He's supposed to be fouling.
He's got 2. He's got 1 on the bench, so where's he going to put it? I mean, what else is he going to put on the line?
I was going to say, but he can't foul from the bench either. I don't know. I don't think I'd hate just putting a couple of Black Orcs on the line.
You can dodge away from him by that point.
Yeah, but at least he can foul. You know, if this guy gets knocked down, he's going to spend his entire time just standing back up to try and find someone to foul. They're not fast. Wow, that's...
Oh, there's a riot.
That, I think,
One
favors...
less turn of pain.
Yeah, I was going to say, that favours Zwark in this matchup, I think, because he doesn't need turns, really.
You'd expect him to score quickly.
With a wizard,
if he can.
I think he's going to try and run up the score fast, but that could result in a lot of pain on the LOS. It's, There's that rookie Black Orc we were talking about, instantly getting chinned. No damage though, so he's fine. Mango Fist going for a push. I'm kind of surprised he didn't pro to greed there a little bit.
Me too. Like, oh, that's brutal.
Yeah, that's not what you want. First action route.
No, you'd be wishing he blocked with the tree now, and he would have had the War Dancer free to do other things.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially because that would have been a 3 dice as well, so... A 3 dice? Sorry.
No, I'll allow it.
I feel like without T here, someone has to do it, you know? The worst part is, because it was only a push play from the War Dancer, he's kind of going to have to set himself up to... Yeah, to go for another attack here, just to try and free up... Well, to try and protect this War Dancer from incoming blitzers.
The one thing he hasn't found is a gap for that 2-turn score.
Yeah, this is very true. It's these orcs just refuse. There's only one orc who's gone down, and it's just a rookie Black Orc anyway. So I think he's probably gonna not try and advance too hard this turn.
I did find when I played against Art of the WAAAAGH in the regular season that they're just a brick wall. It's just so hard to get blocks in. They've got guard, they've got obviously 4 strength 4 players, and 2 of the blitzers have got stand firm, so if you roll a push, they're just not going anywhere.
What you need is Claw.
Well, he doesn't need to get too far down, right? I think Crouching Cake only needs to go, what, 2 or 3 squares in, and then he can just leap over the wall?
That's true. This is actually really big as well. Let's talk about Robbie here getting stunned. That's another turn he won't be getting fouled.
Yeah, the other dirty players on the bench, quite reasonably.
Well, yeah, this is why I just don't like putting dirty players on the line. I did it.
I guess when you have 2, you know, he does have to field 11 players somehow. Who else were you going to put there?
A Blackhawk. I don't know. You've got so much strength. I don't mind putting a Blackhawk on the line and allowing your dirty player to do something. Because almost anyone he fouls, as long as he's not fouling a loner, almost anyone he fouls is probably worth it for him when he's got dirty player and a bribe. Especially if he can get hands on, say, like the guard player or one of the war dancers. But even if a war dancer goes down now, he hasn't got the opportunity to get the dirty player on him. So, you know, it's like when I played against Hippie in the regular season, and he took the mick out of me for putting my for not putting my dirty player rotter on the line for him to hit, and I put a rookie Pestigore on instead. Now the rookie Pestigore got KO'd or something, but he was okay. But the guy who did it was his killer Pestigore who piled on, and I instantly just ran up and fouled him with a dirty player and was like, oh, he went off the pitch and stayed off for the entire game.
That's a good trade. Certainly a good trade.
This is why
But here's the thing, though. If you put your Blackworks on the line, and then, yeah, I mean, Zork will dodge away from him, but then you have your slowest pieces on the line of scrimmage against Wood Elves, who will just go around you. Because you can't position them if they're all based on the line. So I don't know. I mean, I think that dirty player, you have two of them. I think putting him on the line is the right way to go, because I wouldn't want my Blackworks tied up against that tree.
This is true, although the tree at least is out of commission for the foreseeable future, unless Pete decides he wants to kill a tree, and if he does, I hope he brought an axe. Now, would you guys, like, with Von Miller III, you reckon he's going to make players into try and actually hit valuable people, or is he just playing a war of attrition, where he's going to hit anything he can and just try and reduce the numbers?
I think he's got a hit on a journeyman that looks quite straightforward there. I don't see why you wouldn't just take that as a starting point.
Yeah, I think you just start taking elves off the pitch, because Zork doesn't have a bench. Like, he didn't get a star player, which would have given him a bench. So every Wood Elf you can remove is better. And then you want to win this war of attrition because you hit harder. It's bash versus dash, right? So hit what you can. And he put him on the left-hand side. I would have put him in the middle where he could pick his target a little better. So he's just got to take what he can get.
Well, he does get something. That's both down.
Yep.
So
That's 1 for 1.
Oh, doesn't even need to pile on. And I missed next game on a journeyman. I was going to say, this next game might be critical if it was on a decent player, but it was a journeyman.
He'll never play again. His career lasted all of 2 turns.
Hey, that's pretty easy money for the journeyman. I believe we were talking about this in the WAAAAGH match, weren't we, Zord? How some of these journeymen have the easiest money they ever got, just KO'd for the entire game or something.
Yeah, they just take 1 punch and then they're done. 130, the inducements were a wizard for WAAAAAGH.
There may have been a babe, but we are not going to find out until we hit the end of a drive and with someone KO'd. And Pete has also picked up a bribe out of his own money.
Do you think we're likely to see an attrition fireball, depending on how the game's going? Or is it going to be pure lightning bolt to make a gap at some point?
It's going to be either a fireball to try and clear out a lot of orcs in one player, or it's going to be a lightning bolt to cut a hole for the war dancer, because there's no way in the world you attrition against AV9. There's no attrition there. Unless you roll like Sage.
Especially with Wood Elves, like they can probably take advantage of a wizard better than anybody else. Maybe rats can make that claim too. Like, they can get that ball, you get it out, they can get in there, get the ball, and get it out better than anybody else. So you don't want to attrition. You're not bashing them. You want to just get that ball and go score.
Yeah, even unless Pete decided to make like a 3x3 cube of orcs with the ball in the center, and even then that would be more of a recovery fireball than a attrition fireball. But I mean, I did see Sage drop a fireball on a Nurgle team, and I think he killed about 4 players.
Streamer's dice, though, isn't it? Streamer's dice.
Yeah, Zork hasn't decided to stream yet, so it's not going to work for him.
I had 2 fireballs in a row. I had a 5 hit and a 3 hit, and I went 0 for 8. So my last 2 fireballs. So
on the plus side, at least you didn't
I don't have streamer's
lightning bolt a lineman in the middle of a turn.
And still win the game.
I'm not saying it's next level, but that's absolutely next level.
It's all about
winning the
mind
game.
games, mate. It's all about mind games.
To be fair, in that game, like during the chat, which I know just he and I could see, he mentioned he's like, "Oops, I made a mistake there." I don't think he realized it was going to end his turn when he did it.
Yeah, I mean, you can't take away the actual pressure a lot of these coaches are in. I mean, you've been there. You've been, you're on the big screen, as it were. You're in the playoffs. There's a lot on the line, so it's quite easy to misplay a little bit given the pressure that you're actually under as a coach. I think, and I think it's a fairly understandable scenario.
Mango Fist using his Mango Fists here.
Vasquez taking a hit, but...
Oh, a 9. Close, but not close enough.
that one answer hidden mighty blow just not working out for Zoark so far today. And trust me, I've seen it work. I saw him play in Clan League against Walkathon, and he killed like a flesh golem with a ward answer. A rookie ward answer. It was just like, oh, okay.
There's a reason Word Dancer is the most hated piece on the pitch.
I don't know if I like him base and forwards though, because I feel like this is exposing him to a hit from Wolf. I mean, he's trying to clear Wolfie the Black Orc, obviously with Dancing Fritter, but I think this makes Mango Fist quite vulnerable given the amount of Orc the guard the Orcs can muster.
Yeah, it's a good point, and I think Pete will just be sitting waiting for an opportunity to hit one of those war dancers the moment it becomes available to him.
I think there's no doubt.
Yeah.
You'll see it right now.
I think everyone is waiting for war dancers to get hit. It's what people are in the stream for. It's there'll be a lot of people here cheering Zoark on. There'll be a few people here cheering Pete on, but everyone likes an underdog story. But I think really people just want to watch war dancers die.
Well, he's got an easy 2-die in that War Dancer from either one of his blitzers right there. So.
Yeah, and both of the ones on the right flank have tackle. In fact, 3 of his 4 blitzers have tackle, which is really good. Do you think potentially it's he forgot the tree was rooted and was hoping the tree could come in and provide defense?
Possibly. I mean, he's already down 2 players essentially at this point because Pete can just maneuver around the tree and it's not an issue.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if he's maybe he's trying to draw Pete into the tree. Like he's keeping all his guys right in the middle. So maybe he's trying to draw Pete into the tree and then just leap over him and go score. Maybe that's his plan.
To be fair, that's a fairly standard Wood Elf technique, is to play around the tree. Make the opponent play through the tree. And so far, he has got a tree between him and 5 of the Orcs, nearly. Maybe you wouldn't count. These 2 Black Orcs and his killer kind of all have to definitively walk through the tree, and the other guys have to walk around the tree. So he is slowing the Orc advance by, with the tree's position, even though he is rooted, which is pretty good player.
Wolf's providing pressure up the field, so Zoark's going to have to make some sort of move next turn.
Here's the thing: he actually didn't blitz with either of his blitzes in that war dancer.
Yeah, that's weird. I mean, I like moving Ward back because if you put pressure on the ball carrier, you need a safety in the back because that leaves the work to go downfield. But not hitting that War Dancer, I think it's a mistake.
Well, Pete may have just decided to just remove rookies and leave him with nothing but the War Dancers, and then they're good players, but they probably can't play 2 versus 11.
I think you'd be surprised. Never count War Dancers
put
down.
Nothing past Wood Elves.
Yeah, Wood Elves are one of the few teams that can score with like 2 players on the pitch. But
no, he's going to bring him round.
Oh, he's doing GFI. He wanted to use his killer, which is a lot of dice to roll, but he gets a POW. Doesn't even need the tackle.
It's a risky pile on if he goes in there.
Are you really going to foul with the Elves when you're about to potentially lose a second player?
I
Didn't even think about it. Straight in.
Yeah, you don't think about that. That's.
If you've got a journeyman around, you foul him.
I think he kind of has to, but at the same time, who? He's going to have to run a lot of his players down to try and get the foul.
If he doesn't bring his kicker Anderson to the right, there's a blitz on Ward for Zoark because he's fast enough to get down there. Just put a body on Ward. So I think he needs to bring his thrower to the right just a little bit, maybe 2 squares. I
think Pete is basically saying he wants, come at Wolf. almost sacrificing the Wolf to be hit here to try and...
He's offered up some options, but none of them are necessarily good ones because both of those blitzers, well, certainly Ward is a stand firm blitzer.
Mm-hmm.
The other stand firm blitzer is on the other side of the field. He's a bit of an irrelevance at the moment, but I guess Wolf is probably his least valuable of all of the blitzers.
Yeah, well, he's got tackle. He's probably more valuable than I'd maybe Ware, who is, frenzy juggernaut stand firm, which I really like as a setup. But I think, given that Wolf has tackle, he's probably still more valuable than him.
I don't like that play. I don't like moving that thrower up.
He's protecting against the foul.
He is, but he's also sacrificing a hit on his armor 8 player that has sure hands. And if Zuark can get some lucky damage versus this AV8 with one of his ward answers, it is going to obviously mean that he can't blitz Wolf, but if he brings the ball into the center near the tree, he probably won't need to. But if he hits that thrower and actually gets some damage on the AV8 player, the one weakness in Pete's team, that's his strip ball gone, and that suddenly opens up a world of trouble for Mango, with Mango Fist, just sacking ball carrier after ball carrier.
I don't know. If I'm Zwark, I'm gonna give the ball to my catcher, crouching cake, and I'm gonna go hard right. I'm gonna try and hit Ward, and you can set up a screen. If you knock down Ward, or even if you don't, even just mark him, you can set up a screen basically behind these fucking orcs.
I think maybe that's why he's put the throw up there, because he has put a tackle player onto crouching cake, so it turns a 1 in 36 dodge to a 1 in 6 dodge, or forces a team reroll. So he's given Zwark tons of options, and yeah, maybe none of them are good, but we'll see which one he takes. I'd really like to see a punch on the throw, even if it's only going to open up the incredibly lesser spotted Wood Elf foul.
Well, he can push the throw into the tree, which would be a good place to keep him.
He'd have to really commit to that because of all the guard and things, and it is only a strength 2 catcher, so...
That's a good point.
Oh, with Dauntless, yeah,
Dauntless.
That's a fair... Yeah, I missed the Dauntless, yeah, that's very, very true.
So he could bring up that loner on the left and put him right next to the tree, and hit him with Dauntless and put him right next, and then put the catcher or the thrower right next to the tree. But I think that's a mistake. I think he wants to go hard right and put him in scoring position right now.
I do like how many options Pete has given him, and I say options, but we can't decide on what we think is the best one, and there's 3.
He seems to have given him a bunch of 6 out of 10 options.
None of these are things you definitely want to do, but some of them are things you might do.
Yeah, you're not looking saying, oh, well, I'll just do that because that's the obvious play here.
I don't know, I still would like just to clear the orc, as you say, clear the thrower onto the tree, and then set up as much of a foul as you can get on this piling on blitzer, because...
I hope he's made a decision, because he's running out of time to get all the actions in. Yeah, so when that clock starts ticking down, suddenly one misclick becomes a problem.
I think he could, go for the hit on the thrower into the tree, and then worry about maybe taking a shot on Von Miller, and just bring the ball in deep inside, behind the tree. Because with the tree there with guard, it's going to be hard for the orcs to get through that.
It looks like he's going to go for a sideline cage.
Yeah, he's going to hit Ward. This guy right here. He's going to hit Ward and just set up down behind him. I love this play. This is what I think we should have done. Because you're taking 1-2 Black Orcs, a Blitzer. Those guys are all out of the position, right? They're out of the game right now, and you're down numbers. So you're cutting Pete's team in half.
He actually goes for the hit on Anderson. So we're going to see a sideline cage almost certainly here. The problem is, if he moves out of there, he is sacrificing Mango Fist for a foul. Which there's a very, very well-positioned Dirty player now. Now he's back on his feet. After line of scrimmage duties, there's a Dirty player in exactly the right position for Pete to do that.
So suggesting in chat that when all the options are meh, hand off to the tree, it is the only option left.
Maybe, but I would argue that that's only the case when you
Plus handoff.
don't have a rooted tree.
The tree just stands there for the half and just says, right, take your best shot.
And then makes a passing play on turn 8, of course. Why didn't I think of that? He has got strong arm.
He has, yeah.
So we have got the ball fairly secure. You know, we could see Ward be a man.
He's going to make a T-play straight in there.
Straight in there, dive in, 3... Oh, he hasn't even got sidestep, has he? So
Now, if he's willing to try and roll that 6...
I'd say, you know, if you don't use your blitz, get the foul in as big as you can on that Ward answer.
The foul on Mango Fist, it's guaranteed.
I would say so. Get some markers down, and then just roll a 6 and shove him off the pitch.
Yeah, it is. It does look like he's considering doing that. He may just blitz a corner of the cage, but I want to see him make the big play.
Make the T-play. It's not even a 6, is it? Because he's Ag4. So it's actually a 5.
It's a 5, yeah.
With a reroll.
Fine. Oh, it's positively easy then.
5 with
Twice
a
as
reroll
likely.
into a 2 dice. That's not terrible odds.
Yeah, with no sidestep, that's at the point where, what is it? It's basically a 50-50 chance of just surfing the ball off the field.
But you're going to take the foul first, I think.
Oh, yeah, totally right.
Because with a bribe...
Because that's a better play.
With a bribe, there's bigger odds of that actually working. And the best part about it from Pete's point of view is Ward can't even be counter-surfed afterwards because he's got stand firm.
Yeah, if he's going to do the sideline cage, I really wanted to see him put a body on Ward.
And a KO. But
Nice.
a double. Boxcars on the injury roll.
And the ref takes the bribe. I don't think you feel bad at all for that. if you're Pete, you got the Ward answer off for at least the drive and potentially.
Well, that's what the bribe's there for. He did go for the T play.
33%
And he's made it.
Oh my.
Wow.
Oh my. Oh, and he gets the power as well.
I sense a play of the week, folks.
Doesn't do any damage, but the ball is going directly towards a Blackhawk.
Oh, it's okay.
That's incredibly retrievable.
2 dodges, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2 dodges and a GFI. Anderson could pick it up. Probably overly risky when he's used a reroll.
Is it overly risky, or do you just, at this point, do it because getting an on the ball is just worth the risk?
Well, he's got tackle on the Ward answer, so the Ward answer can't use dodge. He's got players marking all of the other Wood Elves. Zawak's in a lot of trouble here.
Especially
and of course,
if you can
Crouching
roll
Cake's now off the side of the field as well.
I think Zwerk can score from here. I think he can score pretty easy, actually.
Oh, but he certainly can score, but of course, one failure here. He's down to
He takes his Ward
6
answer.
players?
He picks up the ball and he hands it to this Nerves of Steel zombie Mantis after moving this Drunken Punch into scoring position, and that's game. I mean, that's an easy touchdown, I think.
Yeah, he could even just bring Zombie Mantis out and this Agi Ward answer and just bomb it down the other side of the pitch because all of the Fast Arc players are completely out of position at this point. There's only really Ware who is in any kind of sweeping position, and if Swart goes as far to the left as he can, he's completely risk-free from any of those.
And then he kills a turn. He kills a turn at that point. It's hard for Orcs to score in 3 turns.
Yeah, he still pulled off. Pete pulled off what I would say was a fantastic play. Just throwing all, you know, it was a really worthwhile play doing a 5+ dodge with a reroll into that.
It was a coin flip play, and the reward was certainly worth a coin flip.
Absolutely. He's probably going to blitz with Bruce Treat to and then grab the ball. Only a push.
Fist, yeah. Sorry, Bruce Treat. He does grab the ball.
And it's probably going to go hard to the Zwark's right, the Orc's left. I'm watching from behind the Orc, so...
Can he hide behind the tree?
He's kind of got to, I think. Just put the tree in the way. Use the tree to break up the Orc movement. Pretty vintage Wood Elf player.
No, he just legs it for his own line.
That's the wrong touchdown zone, my friend. Be interesting to see if
I think he could have scored.
It'd be interesting to see if he does break through some of these linemen to try and be a backfield threat.
Hmm.
But yeah, things are going very quickly.
He certainly has to dodge out because he's going to get... Well, there's a couple of surf off the fields here. And then he's down to 5 players. Because the tree's doing nothing.
Well, the tree's still providing he's still providing a roadblock. He is slowing the Orcs down, whichever way you look.
Defensively, yes. Well, of course, offensively he's not doing much, but he can't provide blocks to get things out of the way.
Hmm.
So there's no one in range of the ball. So
he needs to create scoring threats, otherwise the Orcs are all just going to rotate to the other side of the pitch.
Yeah, he needs to spread out Pete. Pete's all centered up, and he's in great position. He needs to spread him out. That's his advantage, is his speed. If you keep the Orcs next together and just keep fighting out in the middle, he's just going to lose. He's going to lose elves. Yeah,
the standard Orc technique is just to brawl some more. So if you engage in a brawl with Orcs, that's never going to go well for you.
So where's Fritter going to go from here? He's dodged out.
Unless, of course, you've got like lots of claw, but we don't because we're Wood Elves.
Could provide an assist on Von Miller III here if he wants to make a hit on him.
I wouldn't say no to that, to be honest. Even he's armor value 9, but even put him, and he's got to jump up, but even putting him on the floor is better than. No, he's just gonna back out. A chance to hurt him is a chance to hurt him. Right?
Well, he's out of range of the frenzy, but he can still set up a surf if he wants it there. Quite easily, actually.
Yeah, because he just blitzes him into the Wolf's tackle zone and then gets a player behind him and then just Wolf pushes him out.
Very easy surf. And considering there's no blitz on the ball available, I assume he'll take that.
Either that or he was going to go for the scoring threat, Drunken Punch, but with this much markers on him, Drunken Punch probably not in a great spot right now. Still, it's only a 3+ dodge with a reroll into a 2+ dodge. Sorry, with no reroll from dodge because of the tackle into a 2+ dodge to get into the end zone. So, not the worst situation in the world.
This wrestle lineman of Pete's is just running around trying to find a friend to play with at the moment. He's he's not involved in the game whatsoever.
Okay, so he's not going to take the surf, but it's entirely. So who's he going to blitz? Is he going to go for the guard player? Because with a niggle and having Mighty Blow pile on, and he's got no block or dodge, I think that's just incredibly tempting for Pete.
I would go after Zombie Manus if it was me. Get a 3-die on him.
Yeah, the killer's free.
But you can pile on and niggle. I know that doesn't make it the best technique, but just as we say, playing the numbers game, it's a good chance of removing Zombie Mantis, but it's an even better chance of removing Silent Cannoli.
Goes for the guard instead. He'll pro that.
Oh, and gets it and pause.
And the pylon you assume's coming.
Oh, I don't even think you think about it. Well, he's got jump up, and there's no one in a fouling position.
Doesn't take the piling on.
Really? Come on, pylon, jump.
Wow.
I think he wants the pressure on the ball.
I just don't think I agree with that. You've got Mighty Blow and piling on, and the guy's got Niggle and an AV7. I just don't even think you think about it.
Considering he's a jump up, he had the pressure on the ball anyway.
Yeah, he didn't get much closer than he would have anyhow, so...
I mean, Pete's now reaching the point where he can almost afford to engage the tree.
Do you think by the end of the game we're going to see an attack on a tree? Oh.
Oh, hang on.
I don't know why he did that. Why did he go for that GF5? Why does he need that square?
He's going for the second, I think.
He's trying to mark
he would have gone for the second, but I don't think he will now.
I kind of think you're all in at this point. You probably still want to go for it. Because the
I guess he loses nothing.
Well, he might lose an arc throw, but I think that, you know, the risk is worth the reward of getting a tackle on the War Dancer.
So we're assuming, Gerber's pointed out in chat, we're assuming this is why he didn't take the piling on.
However,
because he wanted to mark the ball.
If he'd have piled on and taken Silent Cannoli off the pitch, he could have run through the square that Silent Cannoli was in.
Ifs and buts.
I think you make this GFI. I know Pete's thinking about it, but a 1 in 6 chance, 5 in 6 chance to have tackle on this War Dancer is really, really worthwhile.
Zwark can, again, he can score in this turn. He's got a 3+2+ for his Drunken Punch, put him in the end zone. Give the ball to Zombie Mantis, who leaps away from the tackle piece. He can get down. That's what, a 3+ throw from there, 4+.
Thing is, he's got
he
can have a steal as well, so he doesn't even need to worry about the tackle zones. So.
It doesn't have leap though.
Doesn't have leap.
No, the other one has leap, and he's off the pitch.
Oh, he failed it.
Oh, waiting all that time, and gets the one.
The suspense.
Maybe that's the difference. That's why I'm not in the playoffs, and people like Pete are, because I'd have piled on that every time. Like, that's not...
Pylon's a tricky skill to use, right? Like, you can get yourself out of position and get yourself stomped on. It's one of those skills that you can really tell who's good and who's not by how they use Pylon on.
I don't disagree with you in the slightest, but I still have to maintain that I'd have piled on that one. Because it's just so juicy. And it's a guard player. It's the one of only 2 guard players Zwark has. Which, you know, let's face it, Zwark is already struggling to get any hits on the Orcs. Thanks to their massive amount of guard anyway. Taking any of the Wood Elf guard off the pitch really reduces a lot of the options available to them. And also it's his kicker as well, so he can't do any kick shenanigans if he's off the pitch.
I don't actually think Zwark's thrown a block since turn 3, maybe?
He's not done many. Now the question is, how does he recover from this?
I mean, you can still do give it to Zombie Mantis. Zombie Mantis throws it to Dancing Fritter, but then you're a 3+ catch, then a 3+2+ dodge. I mean, he's got to roll dice, so he can score right now.
Potentially, he could even make a play where he gets it onto Spinning Tart.
Yeah, 1 dodge from Spinning Tart, and he gets to a better range than he would have got with.
Yeah, he'll get more range out of being on Spinning Tart than he will out of the War Dancer. The one downside is that he'll also be more vulnerable to anyone hitting him. But if something goes wrong...
I mean, if he's willing to play super risky, he could stand Drunken Punch on the sideline with the ball, so the pass is easier. And then it's a double GFI to be surfed off the field. Be super risky.
He's got to go for the touchdown right now. He's got to move out, Drunken Punch, put him in the end. He's got to take the risk. Put him in the end zone, and then if it doesn't work, he's going to get surfed. Or I don't think he can stay where he's at. He's got to get a ball downfield and score right now.
Lumi suggesting the sideline cage again.
Elves.
Yeah, what's really hurt Zwark, I think, this match already is the tree rooting has just taken away so many of his counterplay options because, you know, he hasn't got that point of strength to rally around like he could otherwise. Okay, so he's not taken... What's he going to do? Try and blitz into the Black Orc? Or is he just... And then forming a cage with the remaining elves if he knocks the Black Orc onto the tree?
I don't know. That leaves Von Miller. Pretty good spot.
I don't think he's happy with the both down.
But
I don't think he's happy with the push either.
Well, he could push him diagonally forward, diagonally back away from the War Dancer into the tree. It's
where does the ball go there?
Well, the ball can't go very far because the War Dancer can't get it off him. He has to take GFIs just to get away. I expect we're going to see a Zombie Mantis running around, but even that's not a great play because of how
He's
the
got to
Orcs
put
are
a
set
body
up.
in front of Von Miller. Like Von Miller can just curb stomp him right now.
Yeah, this isn't a phenomenal... There we go.
Okay, he's safe enough now.
But he's safer. I don't think there's any amount of safe enough in this matchup for poor old Zwark. He really needs to get Drunken Punch out of this kill box. Because he's about to get probably Frenzy Juggernauted into more hits from... You know, he's going to take 3 blocks.
The Surf's still on Dancing Fritter as well.
Yeah, he can get hit. If he doesn't get him out of there, he could get hit 6 times, 6 dice, which would have been horrific. Now he's got a much better option, but he can't get too close to the sideline.
Yeah, he don't want to stay there. He
No,
definitely doesn't want
that's
to
a
stay
bad place. That is a bad place to go. Run away.
Run away and do it fast.
Run away now.
there. He can go to just the sideline or right next to the sideline. Then Pete's got to do GFIs, and his other blitzer can't get there to assist him. So it'll be 1 die.
Still, 1 dice with Juggernaut isn't too terrible.
Roll left. He'd have to do 2 GFIs. It's 2 1 dies. If you wanted to attack that guy. He's just going to box him up, though, I think.
Yeah, I think I like the attempt to just mark him up, and he can't really get the tackle on him unless he's going to be willing to throw a couple of dice, though, and that depends on how the rest of his turn goes.
Well, I mean, Pete's basically just asking the Wood Elves to roll some dice at this point. He's got a good advantage. But so far, as usual, the Wood Elves haven't really rolled any ones.
Don't start saying things like that. That's how elves die, man. That kills an elf faster than Mighty Blow piling on.
He hasn't used any rerolls. He's been rolling along. I mean, if you think about it, he's got a chance to stall. He's got a chance to score right now, and it's not a terrible chance.
I mean, when you consider the ball's been central, it's been to the left flank, it's been back over to the far right corner, as Zwark sees it, and then it's coming back down this right flank again.
Zwark's actually played this quite well because he's got 2 scoring threats here, one of which has a 2+ with a reroll to get into the end zone, the other one of which hasn't even been marked yet. Here we go. He's got to do GFIs to even get a mark on the other one, and that's still not
we'll bring Dirty Player in. Dirty Player can just come in and mark him up.
Yeah, but he's got dodge and AG4. Dirty Player's not helping. He needs to get that tackle. He needs to get Wolf on him. He needs to do that GFI.
But would you put? Yeah, he needs to do GFIs. The thing is, you know, Zwark isn't doing bad for making Pete roll dice. I have to say, you know, maybe his ordering hasn't always been what we'd like to have seen, but you know, Pete's brought, I think, his first real misplay. He's brought Ward to mark this guy, which means that Drunken Punch is unmarked by a tackler.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. He can score right now.
And it's not a terrible time to score. Turn 7, asking the Orcs to score in 2 turns. I genuinely think Zwark would be happy to score this turn.
I think you'd certainly take it, and it might see it as a bit of a get out of jail free, but there's no harm in that, you know. A 1-0 lead on turn 7 would be fine.
Yeah, you know, I mean, scoring against Orcs on turn 7, that's not a terrible play. Oh, he's both down. He's not going to pile on this because he needs to get this tackle up on the War Dancer.
He does, yeah.
That Zombie Mantis guy, he was a guy called Cinnamon Mantis, and he was like a level 5 or 6 catcher, and he was a badass. And then a Horny Cricket piled on with his wolf and killed him.
So you can imagine
And then he made another one, and he died. So he renamed the third one. Instead of Cinnamon Mantis the third, he named him Zombie Mantis.
Oh, alright, I like that. That's cool. That's a cool fact. Thank you.
And the moral of that story is don't play Horny Cricket.
Or do pile on catches. Obviously, he can't in this scenario. But you know, because he needs to get the tackle on the dancer. Is he going to foul?
I thought
have we got a foul coming?
possibly.
No, you're not going to foul a stun.
I thought Pete had been a bit rude there and offered a surf on Von Miller III just to tempt to arc.
Yeah, don't score. Just surf my best player. You just can't do that. You can't.
Oh, another failed GFI.
I don't know if you can re-roll that. You can't re-roll it.
No, you
This
can't.
this Orc forward roll animation has seen some daylight today.
So we've got, what is this? A 1 in 36 chance on Drunken Punch, followed by a 1 in 6 with a team reroll if necessary.
Yeah, he's going for this.
Score right now.
On Bruce Treat. I don't know if I'd have. Yeah.
I might have gone to the left and put him back in the very, very corner right there, all the way to the left.
I think I would have done the same thing.
Right in
Oh.
front of the 24.
Whoa!
What did I say before?
Yeah, I told you not to talk about what else rolling ones. Okay, so he gets clear. What kind of
Now,
pass
what
is
is
it?
it?
3+ on the
2+.
pass?
He's got Agi, so
Was AG5.
yeah,
No,
Agi
well,
five.
it's easy done.
There it
That's
is.
one now.
Boom!
What a drive by Zwark. Wow.
Yeah, I really think Zwark played that. You know, I think a couple of his orderings, as pointed out by chat, were not the best, but to survive that incredible pressure from Pete was very, very well played.
Considering we just looked at it and thought, oh,
Yeah,
he's
'cause
screwed. He's screwed, he's screwed, he's screwed. Oh, he's not screwed. Oh, he scored.
Screwed.
I
Fine!
thought he should have scored ago. And I don't play what else, so I would get nervous. But I mean, he knows his team, and he just stalled that out. He stalled the entire half against a murder orc team. That's really impressive by his work.
Worthy of note, Mango Fist stays out for now, but big thing we were talking about before the game, he has gone into his own pocket and picked up a bib,
Yeah,
which I do like.
perfectly reasonable thing.
No, absolutely. I think that's a smart play. But yeah,
Real quick, just to break in, Gamba just announced in the Discord chat there are Rebel T-shirts for sale.
there are. We've been working on actually getting them available. The design was done. It was just actually finding a place to purchase them en masse and ship them. So
Yeah, there's a picture of them in the Discord, man. Those things look sweet.
oh, I'm instantly picking that out. You know, I'm gonna get one myself immediately.
I think this is an easy stall by Zwark. All he's got to do is get in the way. It's really hard for orcs to do 2-turn touchdowns. It's not impossible. It's not dwarf hard, but it's hard. And he does have the AG4 orc.
I think because you've got the thrower, you almost just put all of the blitzers on the line and just put all of the blitzers in scoring range if you can.
Oh yeah, you go hard on one side because your thrower also has kickoff return, which lets him kind of field the ball by himself. You don't need two people back there, and then he can just throw the ball to Ward. So he's definitely throwing the ball to Ward because he's the AG4 guy with only one reroll. That's the guy. That's the guy that Zwark needs to watch.
Solar Dragonfire. Pete should have gone Troll Goblin build so he could one turn. Yeah, but would you really one turn and then risk being one turned back?
Loving that we're now suggesting a man who had an undefeated season has built his team wrong.
Yeah, he's just going hard here. This is all man's on the line near enough, and just he's going to run down the pitch.
Well, why not? It's going to be half time anyway, so just stick it in the mixer, see what happens, you know.
Yeah, but you know what happens there, Haringzord? Is we get a Rebel Blitz. And then we get an 95 Ward answer in the backfield, stealing the ball off you.
Here comes the kickoff return. Oh,
Kickoff.
well, there goes that.
That's
My
blast
word,
there.
this is incredibly favourable as Zwark now, isn't it? That was like, hey, you know what's harder than an Orc 2-turn? An Orc 1-turn.
If the crowd keep this up, we'll not have a game to cast here.
But like I said, Gwenanitra is killed. Chance coming back. It's only a loner, no big deal.
Sol now convinced that he was right and needed the one turn.
Solar Dragonfire is one of the funniest people on our Discord. You get a chance to talk to him, he will crack you up.
I don't know. I quite like Horny Cricket simply because he's desperately trying to be as nice as possible to me at the moment, so he can keep his red name all through next season.
Cricket messaged me last night at like 3 a.m. and I cannot understand what he wrote because he was hammered.
Do we
He's
think
like something about his fiance in Vegas?
Are we thinking we're seeing a Von Miller III player into a tree?
We said it would happen.
Tell me it's so. Tell me it's so, boys. Oh, this could make my day.
He's brought his stomping axe.
He's got to. If he gets both down, he could literally knock him down, piling him on, and then still make a foul play.
And then foul him, yeah.
Oh man, I don't wanna cheer for like Zwar getting the pants kicked out of me.
There's the pout.
Oh, he just uses the. He doesn't even use.
He used to wrestle.
Yeah. Oh.
Blitz one of those pieces behind him.
Here's where the wrestle kills him.
Yeah, just a random 666.
With a tree, because I can tell you how I said it in my cast.
Tell you what, he wasn't far off.
Yeah, well, you know what? If it had hit him with the piling on mighty blow, he'd have broke armor.
He's actually struggling to get the foul in now.
He's not going to foul the tree. He's going to foul whatever Von Miller brings down if it doesn't kill him.
Powered the blodger. Which seems to be our catchphrase of the playoff so far.
Anytime you're casting with T, it's T's catchphrase. It's oh god, he doesn't actually do anything with piling on.
I think the orc piling on animation is one of the best. It's so cool.
It's
a good point. It turns out that I can't do math, so he wouldn't have broke armor. Thank you, RK. I know. I'm tired. I was sat up till 3 a.m. playing Dark Souls, the board game, and getting drunk last night. So I'm not casting. I'm not my best self right now.
You got another game after this, brother. You better get a nap in.
Oh, another failed go for it.
Oh, come on! He was actually going to dirty play the tree. Oh, he's got to re-roll this. He's got to.
In he goes.
Goes.
Oh, he's got him. And he's sent off.
Hang on. It's only a stun. If that had actually been an injury, that would have been such a worthwhile sending off. You'd trade that every day of the week.
The Orcs going in at half-time for a change of shoes, I think.
But you know what? Yet again, just how is AV7 surviving?
Well, Mango Fist is staying out.
That's huge for Pete. They're both staying out. This babe is not doing the business. Gosh, this is a depleted Wood Elf squad.
So now Zwark needs to think about. He's got the wizard in the hand, right? He needs to think about, because his KOs didn't come back. Does he want to just let Pete score and then use the wizard for overtime, or does he still try and push it without his War Dancer?
Well, it depends how many players he'll have left.
He still has an AG5 War Dancer, yeah. So. That's a thing, yeah? He still has that great recovery chance if he does wizard. So Pete needs to be very, very aware that there's a wizard in play and set up appropriately, because if he gives Zwark an inch with that War Dancer on the pitch, he'll take all of it and completely pull the rug out of him. Because, let's face it, if Zwark can make a fast score play with the wizard turning over Pete, he's probably won the game.
Yeah. You basically, depending on how quickly you do, you might need two-turn touchdowns, including forcing a turnover from Orcs, which is a very, very big ask.
Unless there's no Wood Elves left.
Plus, we're probably going to see another riot.
Can you imagine 3 riots out of 3?
I've seen stranger things happen in these parts.
Blitzers! We've seen blitzers! Northgo's kickoff return, doing a thing again.
Oh, GFIs.
Oh!
Well, it won't affect Pete. He's already been playing as a Blizzard on his own.
He's been playing in a personal Blizzard. Yeah, this is actually going to hurt probably the Elves slightly more than it's going to hurt more than the Orcs, because the Orcs probably don't want a GFI anymore anyway. It does look like Von Miller's setting up to finally gun for Silent Cannoli properly. Yeah, this is just going to remove all of the flash from the Wood Elves play. This is probably one of the worst kickoff events that Zoar could take. He's going to jump on that. He has to. Just a stun.
Another stun.
Mighty blow and a niggle, and it stuns. It was only just. It was the max, you know. If he'd have rolled one higher, he'd have been off the pitch. And I did my maths right that time.
If we're looking for the most common injury of the playoffs so far, it would certainly be the Wood Elf stun.
Well, the elf. Let's shall we call it the elf stun? We are
the elf stun. Yes.
We are with Trunkhead, who is Captain Elf Stun.
Oh man, I have nightmares about it. Like you could do a whole video clip of just the stuns I did on that guy. Jeez.
Yeah, I was gonna say sorry to bring trigger your PTSD there, but. Oh man, I can actually change nicknames on Discord. Be right back. I'm just changing Trunkhead to Captain Elf Stun.
I have 2 spins against two elf teams, one high elf team, and then I think I just managed the heretics of Lilith. So
why are you doing this to yourself?
his team's not that scary.
Yeah, but
not that scary.
He's made of elves, and you're made of not being able to hurt elves.
He's made of elves that got pretty beaten up by some dwarfs earlier today.
Yeah, he lost his AG5 piece. That was nasty.
It was to a foul, yeah. And it was a foul at a point in the game where you were thinking, oh, this is done.
Do you think we're going to see Zwark just try and punch through Vasquez and with like War Dancer Blitz, or even just setting up some assists so Drunk
We've not seen him punch for a long time.
But if he can,
he
especially
felt
with
like
Blizzard,
2 block dice.
Especially with a Blizzard, if he can swing his entire team into this kind of Pete's left field, the Orcs are going to struggle to get away, and that sets up a potential Wood Elf Wizard next turn.
Yeah, I don't think he loses anything by putting pressure on the ball. Like, try to put as much pressure on the ball as possible. Maybe Pete doesn't react to it well, and maybe he gets a Wizard opportunity. So, but just stalling, I think, is a mistake. I think he should just go ahead and go all out, put pressure on the ball, and if he gets the Wizard opportunity, take it, and if not, go on Wizard overtime with the Wizard.
Yeah, if he just invites pain at this point, then he's going to receive pain.
No, I agree. I think getting Vasquez pushed out the way, probably with the Bruce Treat Blitz, and then just setting up as many elves as possible as close to this kind of gap that Pete's left him on the left-hand side. Because the throw's just not going to get away very... You can't go far with movement 5 in a Blizzard.
Goes in with a tree.
Tree first action, I don't know if I like that. That could have... If that was a dub skulls, that could have gone... Or, both downs, that could have gone very, very wrong for Zwark.
Nice to see the tree finally advance into the opposition half, though.
That's the first square the tree's moved in the entire game.
Which makes that first half even more impressive. Like, he basically did it without his tree.
Yeah, the tree did nothing. He rooted instantly, and then did nothing afterwards. There was no players got pushed into his tackle zone.
Yeah, he didn't even trip a player. He did absolutely zero.
As we said, he did provide a defensive screen, but that was only really because Zwark took the game back to the tree.
Yeah, he played well to play around the tree. I think that is Wood Elf 101 is knowing how to play around a tree. He's actually going to ignore Vasquez and attempt to punch through Wolfie instead, which is probably the better player because it opens up faster movement into the ball area. But he's got to be really careful that he can split the Orc team in 2 here, which is actually pretty huge if he gets it. But I don't know. I kind of maybe would have liked to have seen that rerolled into something better, but.
Yeah, he needed to knock him down, I think. But he can still, like you said, you can cut the Orcs off right here. He's got a ton of space, and he's got dodge, so he can cut these guys off, and then he's got to come back. He's going to have to come back to him.
The only one downside to trying to chop the Orc team in half like this is he is going to get pincered from both sides by orcs. Although that just allows him to make a wizard play. Especially with this Agi5 War Dancer, I am calling it is going to ruin Pete's day if Pete is not very, very careful.
They do have a habit of doing that, Agi5 War Dancers.
Agi5 War Dancers are horrific. They're one of the best players in the game. So I can't. I love Bruce Street. Yeah, I can't see how Bruce Street doesn't get blitz next turn.
Well, I mean, take your pick of who wants to hit him. You've got 2 mighty blows there. You'll not be using Von Miller, but
he could.
Yeah, take your pick. Technically, he could.
He's got jump up. You don't forget. So Von Miller is as fast. He's still 6 movement, so he can get there and hit Bruce Street if he has to. And I kind of think
we have an elf scream in between 2 banks of orcs at the moment.
Love it. I think it's a good play.
I think it's a really good play. I didn't see that coming. I don't think Pete saw that coming at all. And I'm really impressed by that decision. It takes balls. It takes a lot of balls because let's face it.
It is not often you see an orc team cut off sort of vertically from the other half of the orc team.
He's actually really the tree's positioned well as well because Hillman is in a really bad position. He can't offer an assist there. He has to bring probably Waring to assist. Runs Von Miller down to hit him, because then that gives him a second hit from Wolf, assuming Von Miller doesn't get a knockdown. But even there, so, Crouching Cake is still positioned to cause a touchdown, potentially.
Here comes Von Miller.
Not going for the blitz.
How's the blodger?
Oh, yeah, he does. He gets the blitz. Yeah, there we go.
And a guaranteed piling on if needs be here.
I think you pile on this 10 times out of 10. It's the only War Dancer on the pitch. Oh my.
Wow.
Even worse than the first.
This War Dancer is made of steel.
He's gonna have to cage with this warrior, with this thrower. He's gonna have to do some kind of cage.
But you can't.
Otherwise,
how do you cage
bolt
versus a fireball, man? It's just you could instantly lose half of your cage.
So I've been thinking about wizards and elves a lot lately. I think you're better off just doing the tight cage and eating the fireball because you're gonna, on average, lose 2.5, right? So 2 to 3 players are gonna lose. If you leave just your guy to get lightning bolted just by himself, the wood elves can get to it super fast and super easy. So I think you take the risk of the fireball and hope for a fortuitous fireball as opposed to the guarantee from the lightning bolt.
I agree. I think the fireball offers the best chance of survival for Pete because fireballs can whiff really easy, much easier than a lightning bolt, or it can hit players you don't care about. But this ball is not that secure.
Yeah, it's going awfully close to the tree.
Well, the tree hasn't a chance to even make a hole without even needing the lightning bolt.
Yeah, he could just kick that lineman out of the way and then a guard against the guy.
I think we might be seeing a fireball coming in.
Wood elves are standing up with the punishment again. But you can see he's deliberately setting up to avoid the fireball.
Well, he can still take 3 players.
Yeah.
Well, 4 you would still make a roll on Von Miller there, wouldn't you?
No, he's down.
No, down players don't get rolls.
Okay.
Which is why you can actually fireball on top of your own downed player without turning over.
But I think you'd probably fireball here. I mean, maybe you do the lightning bolt and hope for a good bounce. You have an AG5 piece who's not stunned.
And he's got Crouching Cake in a position to just get out of town.
Okay, do you do the fireball on top of the 3 players that includes the lineman next to the tree, or the blitzer next to the Agi5?
You aim for both blitzers, because there's a tackle on the Agi5, but blitzers are far more valuable than if you're looking to knock down and hurt people, you don't care about a wrestle lineman, but
because my thought was tree blitz.
Tree blitz! Oh, tree blitz, best blitz.
Lightning bolt fails.
Oh no!
Oh.
Oh, and you can hear Pete taking a sigh of relief from here. I don't like the lightning bolt player. I don't
like it now.
Well, I didn't like it. I didn't like it anyway. I think the fireball would have hit someone, and anyone you knocked down there would have given you a shot on the ball. Whereas this is now, because of how Pete is incredibly intelligently positioned as guard, there's only one way you're getting in on that ball, and that's a 1 dice. And
Today I learned snow does not conduct electricity.
I always feel like rain should give you bonus damage to lightning bolts.
Man, that's disheartening for Zwark.
It's not a 1 dice. There's no way he can get a 1 dice because of the guard.
Yeah, you can almost see the cogs turning in his head, saying, "God, what do I do now?"
The only way you get a hit on that ball carrier is by leaping into that square in front of the tree next to the wrestler, after marking where with somebody with probably dancing fritter. There's no 1 dice option from any other square than the square in front of the tree. He could tree hit first to.
Well, do you gamble on the 2 dice to put it into the tree?
It's 2 red dice.
That's what I'm saying, but you just gamble on that to try and get a push into the tree.
You've just rolled a 1 dice on a lightning bolt. I just, you're a 1 on a lightning bolt. I don't think you start gambling.
Oh, here goes the tree.
There we go.
Mighty blow doing a thing there.
Now the tree's tying up that blitzer, so hopefully you're taking those 2 pieces out, right? I mean, he needs to dodge away, at the very least.
Still gives him a really nice 1 dice onto the ball carrier, going in next to the tree now.
Yep.
He needs that guy to move first, because he needs to dodge out to...
He's just going to blitz the guy next to him, isn't he?
Probably is, yeah.
No.
Now he's going to leap into him.
That's not... guys, that's a 2 dice uphill.
Why did he do that? He could have brewed his guard piece in there.
Committed now. There's a skull.
So that's a reroll.
That's better.
That's better.
Push him next to the tree.
Yeah, are you gonna stick him on the tree? Yeah, because you can even.
Yeah, because the tree's got guard.
Well, you can hit him again now. That's why he's doing it. You can hit him again with the spinning tart.
Still only 1 dice unless he gets some assistance up. He could attempt to bring
dodge a guy in.
Cannoli round, but that'd be risky.
You bring that guy around though, the catcher.
Do you bring the catcher around here when he's such a major scoring threat? Yeah, you do. 2 dice on the ball carrier.
Push only.
Oh, you gotta feel bad for Zwark on this turn.
This is just Pete's orcs though, they just don't hit the deck.
Yeah, the ball carrier's still on the tree, which is really good, but it's how many of Zwark's team are going to be left standing afterwards. Because he's given up hits. A lot of hits. He could even just jump up with Von Miller to take a hit on this War Dancer. Without even using his blitz.
But do you, I mean, you have to hit that tree. Like, you have to hit the tree. So can you take the opportunity cost to hit the War Dancer?
Do you have to hit the tree? Can you not just hand off away once you're done, making plays? Do a lot of punching and then hand off to someone who's not the tree, who's not based with the tree?
And right now, what he could, I guess he can't anymore. Say he could have set up a surf play for the tree, but now he can't do it.
A surf play? A chain push, you mean?
Yeah, chain push. That's what he could have fucking...
I was thinking, hang on, how do you surf a tree?
Terms are interchangeable in my head.
He has got Juggernaut, so technically he could surf a tree, but he'd have to do a lot of work.
Best start now.
I think he has too many elves behind him. I don't like that, because if once Pete breaks through, and he probably will, all the defense is going to be behind him. I think you got to be really careful about surrounding a cage like that. I think he should have most of his guys upfield as opposed to downfield.
Yeah, he can just blitz into this War Dancer and just chain push the thrower away off onto Zombie Mantis. But that still is going to push the thrower. Oh, in fact, you can just push him. No, you'd have to push him onto Zombie Mantis, yeah. In fact, there's 2. You could even blitz onto Spinning Tart instead, because Bruce Treat does have sidestep. So yeah, you'd have to punch into one of these Blackhawks just punches spinning tart and just chain pushes the throw back a step, completely out of the tree. Yeah. And just freeze up the throw. That's got to be the play, right? But I still think you jump up, punch the war dancer.
Oh yeah, I mean a punch on a war dancer is a punch on a war dancer regardless of the situation.
I think you do the push first because
worst, and pro fails as well. So, wow, that was gotta feel good if you're Zwak right now.
Yeah, I mean you need something to go your way after that failed wizard.
Yeah, given that you had a 1 dice and a 2 dice on the ball, and the ball is still in the hands of the thrower, and he burnt a wizard as well. Yeah, you're really kind of probably quite frustrated as well right now. It's
living a charmed life, right? He survived a wizard and 3 dice. Like well, one was a reroll, right? So he survived a wizard and 5 dice.
There we go. And that's going to push the thrower free. And that even if he follows up... Oh, no, why? What? Is he going to... What?
Is he going for the tree?
Oh, I see what he's doing. Is he trying to set up a Juggernaut play? Well, a Frenzy player?
He's just going to chain push...
Yeah, he's setting up a Frenzy player onto Spinning Tar.
Juggernaut only works if you're blitzing, so...
He isn't blitzing.
Ah, I meant Frenzy. I was just being dumb.
He got the both down, and I think he thinks he needs to re-roll this.
Well, he kind of does, otherwise the tree's just going to kick the thrower in the face.
Well, it looks like the tree is going to kick the thrower in the face.
No,
I mean, he can surround the tree.
He might try to dodge away. Do a 1 and 9.
Do you risk that? Or would you rather risk being punched by a tree? Because it's only going to be a 2 dice.
There's a lot of guard around the tree, right?
There's only 1 guard around the tree.
No, not
the
enough
guard's
guard,
actually
no.
really
Totally
badly
wrong.
positioned here. Because this war dancer, Bruce Treats down on his feet, is cancelling an assist from Ware all by himself. The assist from Ware. Wolfie's providing an assist. Hillman is, but that's it.
This is as tricky a situation as I've seen Pete in all season.
Yeah, Zwak's really putting him to the test.
But it's just him. I think he is going to make the dodge.
Yeah, I think he has to.
Yeah, there's no other option. And because the work so far upfield, if he can get his guy upfield around this black work, he's in a good position to just march down the field.
Well, wherever this guy goes, Zwak can 2+ leap with Bruce Treat to follow him. Because Bruce Treat is far faster than Anderson, and there's not a lot of coverage to stop him from doing that. He can get Zombie Mantis out on a 1 in 9 to assist, on a 1 in 36 to assist. Bruce Treat can wherever this Anderson
if
goes.
If he doesn't dodge and the tree knocks him down, then you're in a position where Zwak can score next turn.
No, absolutely. I mean,
Bruce Treat leaps in, gets the ball, hands it off to Zombie Mantis, and then it's an easy score from there. Really, it's a 1 in 36 dodge.
I mean, it's a 1 in 9 either way. He just needs to decide whether he wants to do the 1 in 9 or he wants to give the 1 in 9 his work. If it was me, I'd want to do my own 1 in 9. Personally, because then I can re-roll it.
He does dodge.
Does make the dodge. The tree does do a bit of a swing. But here's the thing: the ball is fairly safe there because there's a lot of guard. This is now asking a question of Zwak as to how you play this.
It's good though. It's 2 top quality coaches just asking questions of each other in a scrum in the middle of the field.
Yes.
You know why this is good for his work though is because he's killing time. Like Pete is not getting downfield. And if he can keep this scrum going long enough, Pete's going to be in a position where he's going to have to do GFIs to score in a blizzard.
GFIs or pass play.
Yep.
And Orc's famous for not liking either of those things. Especially this game.
Oh.
Pete has been failing 2+ GFIs, never mind 3+ GFIs.
But his work's in a position right now, he needs to decide whether he wants to stay and get beat on some more, or if he wants to disengage and set up a better stall.
I'm trying to figure out if he's got a push play, but I just don't think he's got the men to pull it off.
Well, because that guy's got stand firm, the frenzy guy. Like normally you put the tree right next to him, right? But you can't get that guy out of the way.
Unless you kill him. But you can't follow
Can't follow, yeah.
Not like killing him would be a bad thing.
up. Well, unless you Pete. Yeah, I don't really see many good options. I like the position of the throw. It feels like he's available, but then when you look where the guard sits,
Yeah, I think Zwark should disengage and set up a screen and go for the stall right here.
he could bring his guard round to take a 1 dice. But the guard, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... No, the guard is way far away, and is being... Thomas is doing a thing here, because it would be a 3+, 3+, 2+, to get the guard into position, and then another one to get the guard into position.
Yeah, I definitely like the disengage. I mean, you don't want to get punched on by orcs unless you have a chance at the ball. You don't have a chance at the ball right now. Disengage and set up a stall, and see if you can get the blizzard to do some magic for you.
Tree hits the lineman. Again, tree first action.
To be honest, I just don't think Zwark's got many options here, is the problem. When all your options are bad, sometimes you have to take a big guy first action. But it's where you go from here. Yeah, he could set up a a Black Orc chain push into the tree to push the tree back on the ball, but it's really, really complicated.
I don't think it's worth it. Like because it's a very low probability of getting the ball out right now.
Hold up, yeah, but putting the tree on the ball is very worth it, because the tree is proven to be hard to shift. It's just what you do next. If he moves Crouching Cake up next to... Sorry, if he moves Dodges Silent Cannoli out and marks the backside of Wolfie, and then blitzes in with Bruce Treat going around the back, into Wolfie, into the tree, into pushing the tree.
Yeah, I don't like this because I don't...
Oh, God. Oh, wow, he's got him down. He's got the ball free. What a play, I didn't even see that. That's hard to pick up, but doable.
What's that leap now?
2+ leap into 4+ pickup?
Many plus.
5+ pickup?
Without your reroll?
He's showing.
I mean, you have to go for it.
You've kind of got
it.
to.
Oh, Oh, unbelievable.
Oh, no. Oh! He's got the ball in his hands.
Steal by
These
Zwark.
wood elves, man.
It was a 4+ pickup, yeah.
I think it's because you're going in red die, which means you're almost guaranteed to use your reroll, and you're going into overtime in an overtime format without rerolls. But
are you going into overtime?
There's a fat pow to put the ball back on the deck.
Where's the ball going? That's pretty... Well, there's...
The sure hands isn't getting it.
Yeah, the sure hands isn't doing much, to be honest.
But you can get the anti-fall free pretty easily.
It depends how much damage Zwark takes to get this, because Von Miller can hit Bruce Treat right now.
Well, Zwark is all in. He's not playing for overtime, because it's going to take Pete 2 turns to get this ball, and then Pete's got to book it downfield.
He's got to pro this.
Get a pro that.
Or reroll it.
Yeah, nails him. Oh, and there's the break. But it's a
stun.
Knockout.
You don't pile on that.
No, he's gone.
That's really hurt Zwark's offensive opportunity. I think he might even apple this, but he's going to get fouled if he does. This is a terrible, terrible decision for Zwark, because he needs that player on the pitch.
Did Apo it?
Yeah, I Apo it for sure. Like I said, he's all in at this point. Because of that attack where he uses reroll on the red die, he has to go all in. He cannot play for overtime. because he's gonna lose the reroll advantage, and it's gonna take Pete 2 turns to get the ball.
I actually have
And
to
then
say,
like I said, he's got.
I am amazed Pete chose to pro that rather than team reroll that. Because he needed that reroll. If that pro had failed, the story of this game could have just changed immensely. Because pushing back the War Dancer just gives him so much and easy access to the ball. So I think Pete maybe made a misplay by choosing to pro rather than choosing to team reroll. He's thinking about team reroll in the pickup, I assume.
Well, he's thinking about saving the rerolls for overtime because if he gets the touchdown, it's 100% going to overtime. So he wants the reroll advantage.
But at the same time, he's already got a reroll advantage, and if that pro had failed, Zwak would have been in a much more dominant position.
But he still hasn't used his blitz, right? So even if he fails the pro, he can still blitz that guy away.
So 1 on the pickup.
That's
6.
a team reroll. So there's a reroll gone.
He needs to start making headway downfield, I think.
Yeah, but why would you reroll pro? Rerolling pro is almost never a good idea. Blitz with the thrower.
Yeah, so he can set a cage up with where. So move that thrower up 1 so we can get some dice on this tree. You get a 1 die on the tree with the Black Orc if he moves that blitzer up 1 piece.
Do we think he's going that way?
Well, I think what he wants to do is I think he wants to get Ware in for a cage. He needs to free Ware up. So to do that, he needs to get the tree off. So you take 1 die with Wolfie onto the tree, 1 die with block against no block, and then if you knock him down, you can take Ware and set up a cage.
But that's actually only a 4+ success
But
rate.
there's still a 1 die on the ball here. Surely he has to cover that off.
Theoretically, there's a 2 dice on the ball at the moment. Because he can run Silent Cannoli round the back to mark, dodge Drunken Punch out, and come in from it between Von Miller and Ward after standing up Dancing Fritter. And he's got a 2 dice on the ball.
Oh, there's the skull.
Oh, that's big.
Massive.
This is a 2 dice on the ball right now.
Now we get 2 die on the ball.
Dancing Fritter's up, Silent Cannoli runs around the back to provide guard, and then you get this Blodge guy to dodge out and to punch the ball for 2 dice.
I don't think Cannoli can get behind him.
Yeah,
No,
1,
he can
2,
next
3,
to him.
4. He can get not behind him as in into the gap, but on this corner, above and to the left.
But there's a free corner. He doesn't even need the guard. Any player standing there would do the job.
Yeah, but the guard's the only one who can actually get there.
I think he needs to put Cannoli on the square directly 12 o'clock from Ward. Puts Cannoli right there, and then bring around either Spinning Tart and come for the 2 die.
Zwak beat Rift Cannon in the round of 32 and his Dark Elves after one of the best 1-turn plays I've ever seen. From Rift Cannon, unfortunately. for poor old Riff.
Yeah, Riff had horrible dice in that game, man. He rolled, I think, 7 or 8 Snake Eyes I counted.
His
that was
pro
brutal.
did literally nothing.
Yeah, pro worked 1 of 5 times. That was some rough dice for Riff Cannon.
It was not a good advertisement for pro. I don't know. This is huge for if you're Zwak right now. After everything that you've gone through, having a 2 dice on the ball. Oh, come on, no. Mr. What else? Don't do that. That's all your rerolls gone. As you said, Zwak is all or nothing right now. And now he's got to do another 2.
Oh, another 1.
Oh, come on, no! Don't tell me about 1s. Oh,
And the KO. There's a 6.
Oh my god. The game is taunting Zwak at this point.
That was rough.
The game is offering them choices and then taking them all away.
But I tell you what, if Pete escapes this game somehow, because I think Zwak's out playing him.
Zwak, the only thing that's beaten is Pete's been, Pete has offered a lot of good defensive play. He's pushed Zwark to the limit. But if anything has beaten Zwark this game, it's been just ones at the wrong time. As Haringzod said, he hadn't rolled many ones, but all the ones he rolled were incredibly critical. Failed Lightning Bolt, two failed dodges, things like that. You know, he's had so many options this drive, and they've all been taken away from him.
So here's a question: if you're Zwark, do you just try and protect your pieces and play for the one turn and then play for overtime? Because you don't have any rerolls left, and you're not in a good position. It's very hard to get the ball out. Maybe you start thinking.
Yeah, you know what you do? I think you try and get Bruce Treat upfield to threaten, to try and force Pete not to score on turn 16. But Pete will be happy to deconstruct as many elves as possible. I wouldn't be surprised to see him actually... Well, no, I would have quite liked to have seen that wrestle guy go around for a foul.
I think Von Miller's going to come in on the tree, isn't he?
You really want this tree dead, don't you?
Well, it was an option. The other option is this one.
This is the better option. Let's be honest right now.
It is that sort of result.
Now, the good news is Zwark has a babe. The bad news is it's done nothing all game.
So it's due. It's due.
And to be fair, when he hits overtime, he does get 2 rolls on his KOs with a babe, so there's very great chance the majority of those babes are coming back.
Well, I mean, Zwark's going to get a one-turn chance, right? He's going to get a one-turn chance before overtime.
With 0 rerolls. In a blizzard. He really needs the weather to clear up for the one-turn threat. Because with 0 rerolls, that is an incredibly low probability player.
Yeah, but it's still there.
I'm not willing to do the maths. It's that low probability.
We need Haringzord's his odds counter. He needs the Morka odds counter.
Oh my god! No, you know what? Who'll do it? Squiggy will tell us the odds because Squiggy is a numbers magician, and he's in the chat right now. So if I say, you know, what kind of scenario, what kind of odds is he going to need, Squiggy will tell us.
Oh, he's probably already got it figured out.
Do we think the tree is just going to block every turn to try and do some damage?
That's all you can do.
Yeah, the nightmare for Pete right now is if Zwark wins the coin toss.
Yeah.
I like Bruce Treat coming as far away from the tacklers as possible.
Oh, if he was going to head back down the field, he was always going to go that way.
Mm-hmm. No, I agree, but I'm saying I still agree with the player. Wow.
Another one. Into another 4 and a 6.
Just a stun. I kind of would have liked to see the tree block first, I think.
Squiggy hitting 14%, which compared to Morka's 35,400 to 1 is positively easy.
Marcus sat there and chat going, what are you even worried about? That's easy. Yeah, this is going to be a pretty unthreatened turn 16 touchdown, I think. Zwark might get one chance with Bruce Treat to block the ball, and I think he takes it, to be honest.
Well, he's already thrown everything he's got at the wall.
Yeah, you might as well, mate.
But is that worth it if he was to lose the war dancer?
If he was to lose the war dancer, no. And there is no Apo, so it's my favourite.
Could lose him now.
Blood in the water, boys. No, he gets push. Pro fails. Pro doing a thing. By a thing, we mean no thing.
Well, that will throw Bruce Treat one space closer to the ball.
It will. His mission to hunt the ball is... He's actually now... As long as he makes the 2+ dodge, and I say that fully well knowing how hard that's going to be, given the rest of the dodges we've seen recently. Yeah, he can outrun Von Miller this turn, because War Dancers are just faster than Blitzers.
Now the hit on the tree's coming.
Oh,
you
he
get
hit the
red
tree?
die on the ball.
I think at this point you red die on the ball. I don't see a way you don't.
Take that 1 dice on the tree.
2 dice. Is it 1 dice? Hang on, no, he's got
1
4,
dice right now,
5,
but he can
6.
move that other. He can
Now
move
it's
the Black
2.
Orb basket.
Yeah,
I wondered if you might leave the Black Hawk there to cover Oh,
Nah,
wow. Dub skulls
And come on, is it into a dead Blackhawk or something would be the dream, right?
into dub sixes.
No, stuns. This tree is like a force
Will
of
not be
nature.
moved.
It did nothing in the well, it literally will not be moved. It's moved 1 square all game, 2 squares all game. But it did nothing in the first drive, and is on a mission to prove its worth. This drive, I think.
Well, he can get 2 die on wear now. That'd be a big removal going into overtime.
Of course, the Blizzard also really hurting Zwar at this point as he tries to full-scale retreat.
Do we think he hit where, or do we think he hit one of these guard Blackhawks?
I think he hits anything with movement that can score a touchdown in overtime.
Yeah, if he doesn't mark somebody, he's going to have to hit where, because strength 4. But if he'd have left a mark somewhere, I'd have probably taken a shot on a Blackhawk.
No, I don't think he's willing to risk leaving the marks at this point. He's got too many KOs at this point now.
Yeah, this Wild Ants is still getting blitzed.
Leaping out to avoid the dodge.
Yeah, he's getting blitzed for sure.
The same chance. He's gonna get blitzed by Wolf. But oh, come
That's
on.
why he leaped out to avoid the dodge.
Same odds though.
Yeah, I mean,
Well, same odds, but dodging is not working.
I kind of again would have seen a tree punch first. I think. The tree's getting punched again. Talking about tree punching. Tree punching is occurring.
So now it's over to Wolf to hit Bruce Treat.
What would be the comedy scenario if we get a third riot on turn 16 that gives Walk 2 turns?
Match fixing.
Could you tell me the odds on that one, Harrington?
But what's the roll for a riot? Is it
oh god.
4? Is it a 5?
That's Bruce Treat getting powered. There's a Mighty Blow hit. There's no Apo. This could be painful.
Oh dear.
oh,
Oh.
Oh, very much. Oh dear.
Oh. Oh. Pete's going to be happy with that.
That is a
Zawak
sad day.
Is not. Well, that's his threat in the ball. So Pete's going to score next turn.
yeah, he needed him for. That's why I wanted him to retreat that guy and get him away from those blitzers for that exact reason. You can't afford to lose that piece going into overtime.
Bruce Treat just became Bruce Meat.
And the tree goes down. Shame the dirty player's so far away.
He might just take it anyway. With one of the Blackhawks.
Really? You know what? Maybe. Removing a point of guard. Probably not terrible.
Removing anything at this
really
point, to be honest.
Removing anything. There's four elves and a tree on the pitch.
Yeah, he can't one turn where he's at right now. He would need all those KOs to come back. He doesn't have enough pieces. And to be fair, I think Nuffle deserves to give his work something because this whole half has just gone terrible. The Blizzard and then all the missed dice and the missed wizard, like everything that he's done hasn't worked.
Yeah, he had so many opportunities on the ball, and
he was about
time.
two dice rolls away from just winning this game, and those dice rolls he needed just didn't happen. And
all he needed was a 4+ pickup, and he'd pretty much won the game. To be in a scenario, even after missing a wizard and after missing so many hits on the ball, where you only need a 4+ pickup to win the game, it's almost criminal that, this is the end result is 4 elves and a tree on the pitch. And a niggled war dancer.
I wish he had done this last turn and protected his war dancer.
Hindsight's a marvelous thing. I think he was just so all in to try and get, make a touchdown player that he just didn't even think about protecting to try and make a shot on the ball.
It's a good point, but it is important to recognise when you are beaten.
Oh, he's blitzing with the tree.
Tree blitz.
That's a 3+ going for it, is it not?
It is, yes.
Oh
yeah.
My god, and he still gets a hit on a rookie Blackhawk. And Master Daifuku heading back towards his half. It's like, boys, I'm done here.
Yeah, it's a good point in chat. Doesn't Pete just load the line with stand firm?
He only has 2.
That enough?
No. Because the one guy that doesn't have stand firm is the one guy that you blitz.
But it would take.
Yeah,
it'd
but
be
you just
red
bet that
dice.
Black Orc.
No, because Zwark also has 2 guards. Oh, and 3 kills. Come back.
Which 3? The War Dancer's back.
The War
Mango
Dancer's back,
Fist.
and it's only a loner off.
Well, that's the best case scenario. Well,
Yeah,
other than
Black
4
Orc.
coming back.
Yeah, I think potentially we see 2 stand firms and a Black Orc in the centre, but that
Yeah.
does impact the number of guard he's got in play, and Zwark still has 2 guarders. So he can still whoever he puts on the line that isn't the well, you never know. There might be a kickoff. There might be a reroll from the kickoff. You can't.
Oh, you're being silly. This is when Nuffle throws the blitz. Pete needs to set up for the blitz.
Well, that would just win the game for Pete.
He should set up at least for the quick snap. The way that Pete is setting up, he needs to get. He's gonna have to get because he got stand firm on the left. He's gonna have to red die this Talib and hope for the best. Doesn't have grab. If the tree had grab, this would be a lot easier. But since it doesn't have grab, he's gonna have to do a 1 die to the right of Talib to push Talib into the line, which means he has to move this tree. But because Zwark doesn't have any sidestep either.
Yeah, the one sidestepper is currently got a broken back.
1 turn. Pete's got a great defense here. I would like to see this tackle. I'd like to see 1 tackle piece, 2 steps to the right of Vasquez. Put 1 tackle piece right there because that's where the ball's going to go. That's where if he gets out, that's where it's going. And I put the other tackle piece 2 steps behind where.
Yeah, this is a hard ask for. Oh, is it really? He can still put 2 guards on this Black Orc and hit the Black Orc from behind. He needs to switch Ware and Ward over, I think, without...
Well, he needs to put Von Miller III in between, like 1 square back and in between Ware and Vasquez, or Talib, excuse me, right above where the lightning bolt went. If he puts
Yeah, I agree entirely.
Von Miller III right there.
Could the best
can't
kickoff
push-
event for Zwark here almost be changing weather to nice?
Yes, I totally think that, and then hope for the best on the kickoff. On the overtime.
Yeah, you're not going to want to try and 1 turn in this weather. This is not good.
No rerolls. And AV7.
There we go. He's
There you
moved
go,
the
that's a
player
better spot.
forward. That's much better. That's much, much harder.
Like if I'm Zwark, I don't even try. I mean, at this point, why even try for the 1 turner? You're more chance to fall on your face with AV7 and hit the dirt than you are of getting the touchdown. So you want to set up for either the riot or for the quick snap.
Yeah, I agree with that. It's far too big a risk on that 1 turn when you don't know what kickoff event's coming.
I kind of
And
still
there's
think
all that
he
guard
could.
around.
I can see a way he can get in there. It's mental, but he can do it. If he puts the War Dancer where Drunken punches, and then leaps into the gap behind... in that gap between where Talib and Von Miller, hits Talib, it'll be a 1 dice thanks to the double guard. And that's his push.
Papa Nasty calling the tree blitz.
That's what it's looking like.
You mean to come in from the other direction to hit Talib? Something.
Got to leave that gap, yeah. And then he can hit him.
No, you can't because of where the stand firms are.
Yeah, the stand firm's going nowhere, so you'd have to push it all the way around the side of the stand firm.
I think that's what he's looking at right now. He doesn't have enough elves to do that though. Was my concern.
No chance. I mean, he can use the stand firms to push him. That's an elf he doesn't need in that spot, but it'd be 2 dice all the way. 2 red all the way.
Like I said, the only one I see is just ruined by the black. I think this is an incredible setup from Pete. This is almost like a masterclass on how to set up against one-turn touchdowns.
But Zwark should have been ready for this, because actually I talked to Zwark earlier this week about one-turn touchdown defense, because I thought his one-turn defense was really weak against Rift Cannon, so I showed him something very similar to this. So he should be aware that it exists and how to attack it. I have pulled off a one-turn against this exact defense, or one very similar to it, against Shawnee, but it involved getting 2 red dice. I had to get both pushes on the red dice. And I needed a reroll to do it.
Yeah, and he has no rerolls. The Sandune game is late this evening, Daisy. It's at, I believe it's 11 o'clock GMT. Brilliant coaching.
Well, that does nothing for anyone.
Well, it does a lot for Pete. It just gives him massive advantage going into overtime.
That was based off of the random number of fans. That's brutal.
Oh, the tree blitz to set up the one turn. Well, what can you say about Zwark? We already don't know. Balls are confirmed right now.
We're going back the way we came.
Oh, and he pros to get the push. Amazing. If I'm calling it now, if Zwark pulls this off, this will turn into the best one-turn touchdown we've seen. Sorry, Riff, you're going to lose out at this point.
You have to give him the ball.
He's got nerves of steel. It doesn't matter when you give him the ball.
He's got nerves of steel.
Oh, yeah.
He needs to get a mark behind him, though. So that means a dodge wherever you go. There we go. There's the dodge player.
I was going to attack with Dancing Fritter.
No, it's...
Push.
The Sandune match is being cast by myself, Trunkhead, and Crusader. Lumi's playing.
That should be a great match.
How does he can't get another push here. So has he got the range?
Let's...
He doesn't need one. He can get there. It's just he needs sixes
look
on the
at those
dodge
dodges.
rolls.
Yeah, it's...
God, that would be some play.
Who's having a heart attack? That's just the info, dude. Yeah, this is where you realise how hard it suddenly is when you've got, I think it's a 6-6, 6-5...
4-3.
3.
3-3-3.
3-3-3.
And he's going to have an intercept chance, too.
Has he got the range? No, he hasn't got the range.
Technically, you could do a handoff if he does the pass to Silent Cannoli.
Yeah, he could.
Which would get rid of the intercept chance. But it's more dice. But he's going to do that, bad luck to things. Oh, there's a 1.
Failed it.
Well, you know what? The best time to roll the 1 was right there. Because that meant none of us... You can't die from a pass.
Zwark needs to win this. Needs to win this toss. Something fierce.
See if the KOs come back.
He does.
He does.
It's another body.
To be fair, there's a massive chance of him coming back, let's be honest. And wait for
Pete
it.
wins the toss.
Oh.
So it's going to be hard work. Very hard work. 3 rerolls onto 0. A wizard. No G5. I mean, there's still quite a few Wood Elves on the field at this stage, considering we're going into turn 17.
Yeah, turn 7... Well, turn 15, technically.
That's a very good point.
Oh, he got a break. He got a broken 1 answer. That wasn't what you meant, was it? Only slightly bent in chat. Zwar can't get a break. Oh, he had a break.
I mean, like I agree with chat. I think Zwark got Nuffled. I think Zwark has outplayed Pete up to this point. I don't think it's even a question. And I think he got Nuffled really bad.
Yeah, Lumi is a veteran of the failed wizard player, so he can absolutely sympathise. What is the betting the weather clears up? Although, do we think that would still favour Zwark if the weather did clear up?
I think Zwark needs a blitz. I think is what he needs. Without rerolls?
Come to thee. A blitz, please.
Nuffle, please. Nuffle, please. Ball freezes in midair as we get the kickoff return. Pitch invasion stunned the entire
More rerolls.
What? Come on, man. Come on. Nuffle, please. He's already dying, man. He's already dying.
That's just piling on right there.
Oh, wow. He needs that reroll.
Well, it's not like he hasn't got him to spare. Instant reroll from Pete. It's like, yeah, I just got one. I just got two from kickoffs.
I'm bathing in rerolls here.
The problem is, Orcs have been tripping on tripping and sculling on non-essential players, whereas the only players of Zwark that really failed were all essential. The thing is,
yeah, but then every
balance...
single move that Zwark's made has been essential.
My point being, you can't balance whether a game is biased around dice or not, based on did the number of ones at the end of the match equalize. You base it on did the ones matter, and Zwark had about 4 shots on ball, and every single one of them failed.
I guess had Pete have made some of his GFIs in the first half when the weather was clear,
maybe
then Zwark might have not even been in a position to score.
But I don't know. The only critically failed was that when that thrower was going after the ball carrier in the back left-hand corner. That was the only critical GFI when he re-rolled it and then failed the next one. The other ones, I don't. And even that, he still had an AG5 piece. All he had to do was dance away on the 2+. So I don't think any of those GFIs on Pete's were critical, whereas Zwark's were critical failures.
Yeah,
I mean, we're talking about Wood Elves here. The game is not over until it's over.
Yeah, I agree entirely, but it's feeling fairly over.
A lot of Pete's ones in the second half have come on pro.
Is it normal for AV7 to hold up this well? You'd have to ask every other Wood Elf coach in the playoffs. In
these playoffs, yes. Generally speaking, no.
AV7 has made playoffs its bitch. Let's be honest. It has been ridiculously effective.
Yeah, not international, but should Yeti to party, AV7.
Survived
into the quarterfinals.
All AV7 teams advanced. All Elf teams advanced.
You know, 3 Wood Elf teams played the first round with almost no permanent injuries. Norse survived a Nurgle team that's incredibly effective at killing with almost no permanent injuries. Do you reckon we foul the tree? I kind of want to, but it's not going to happen because...
I don't see why.
Because you're fouling a tree, that's why. I had a miss next game. Nobody cares about your miss next game, only slightly bent. That's not a critical injury. That's a miss next game. It's fine.
So if Pete escapes this with a win, he's got more agility coming in his way because he plays the winner of our afternoon game, Pasty Pest and Shadow Hill Cowboys.
42% chance to be broken without Mighty Blow.
Zwark asking for a keyboard shortcut for camera zoom on an urgent basis, if anyone can provide that to him on Discord.
Oh, he can just mouse wheel it in.
I think he needs a keyboard shortcut of some form. His game is stuck on constant zoom in.
Oh, that's brutal.
But Pete being an absolute gent, is allowing his turn timer to tick down to 0 to let Zwark fix it.
Yeah, that's fair play.
So
I don't know
Frank,
that there is a way to fix it. Is there?
God,
Every time it's happened to me, I've had to reset.
well, he can reset. He can disconnect and reconnect. You know, he's got time. It's 5 minutes, but it'd be a horrible way to see the game go.
He's gonna. I think he has to. Gets to close the
If it is a
program and reopen
controller,
it.
if it is a controller, then I have had that before, where the controller will cause you to be fully zoomed in or out, and if you unplug the controller, it works fine again.
Oh, there it goes.
You fixed it,
That's what it was.
It was a controller.
What
So
a
shout out
boss.
to James Typhoon.
Well played, James Typhoon. My God, he's useful. He's not just a crazy Canadian.
Yeah,
Is he Canadian? Is that why he talks all the time?
Have you not seen the way he says every couple of words?
Oh, I know. I blocked James Typhoon a long time ago. He annoys me.
Do you have anyone unmuted on our Discord? Like me, Solar Dragonfire, and
Yeah,
Harley
on our
Cricket,
Discord.
and that's about it.
I was going through the number of people I have blocked with Stace the other day. He's like, "Who do you have blocked?" And I was going through my list, and every time I remember somebody else, and it's up to like 10 or 12 people.
Are they bountied, these people? Or
Wow, James Typhoon firing back though. I'm not even.
I'm not
repeating
watching. I'm not watching the chat, so it doesn't bother me.
Wow, this is. Do we expect Zwark to go ball hunting, or is he going to hang back and just try and leverage a mistake? I kind of feel like. Are we going to see the ARC team split in half again?
I mean,
do
it's
we
set
think
up
that's the
exactly
plan?
the same as it was last time. Ball's in the same position. I think your only opportunity is to make Pete make a mistake, make him roll dice, and hope that he starts burning through all these rerolls.
The problem with him rolling dice is he's got rerolls. The big advantage Zwark has at the moment is that he does have 2 Blackhawks tied on the tree. That's pretty good for him, and I think he probably does want to just set up the split the team down the middle play again. Because that went, better for him than I think anyone expected. Especially probably Pete. At this point, Pauper69, it's probably not a bug, it's probably a house rule. Has anyone seen the post on the forums, by the way, about the house rule? House rulings?
can't say I have.
Oh, every bug in the game isn't a bug, it's a house rule. No, this includes the double KO rolls at kickoff. This includes leader giving you a reroll in overtime. Sorry, double KO rolls in overtime. This includes leader giving you a reroll in overtime, even though it gave you one in the second half. This also includes the telekinetic foul from touchdowns, which is, if you don't know, when you score a touchdown, you can actually click to touchdown and foul someone from anywhere inside the movement of your player, which is particularly scary on things like werewolves. And you cannot be sent off.
Like the day that house rule was developed.
And you cannot be sent off for doing it. So you cannot be sent off even if you roll doubles.
Oh yeah, I've scored. I'm also going to foul this guy because.
And I can kill that guy because the foul has every possible injury result that a foul would. However, I'm completely immune to sending off for it.
What do you mean you don't like that house rule? It's my house.
What I don't like about the house rule is that they're calling it a house rule. But the thing about house rules is, if you've ever played a board game, you'll know that house rules are something that everyone has to opt into and agree to. And everyone, when they enter that place of playing, is told that they're the rules. Whereas if you don't know this bug exists, you don't know you don't know the house rule. Am I wrong? So it gives every player who knows about it an advantage. Now that's why we've banned it in ReBBL, because it's a complete dick move. But
yeah, they just need to, if they want to use that argument, then they need to publish it and say this is legal in this game, because we're not playing the board game. But it has to be, because they're so similar, they have to say these are the rules from Blood Bowl 2. These are the ones that are different.
I just think calling it a house rule instead of just admitting it's a bug is a real kind of... It's a politician.
Yeah,
it's the politician play.
I'm sure it was done tongue in cheek.
No.
Really?
No, he was deadly serious. I'll link you the forum post afterwards.
Nah, come on. Surely that's tongue in cheek.
Nope. Yeah, but therefore allowing someone who's in the finals where there's cash on the line to be able to foul someone and score a touchdown at the same time can massively impact the game, especially if the other person in the match doesn't know you can do that.
If the rules are available to both players, and you would assume that the players making it to the final of the Champions Ladder, for example, would be aware of that, then as long as it's available to both players and they're both aware of it, then it's not technically unfair, even though it's stupid.
It's not unfair, but it is stupid. I like that. That works for me. I'll post the forum post. Sorry, this turned into a bit of a rant, but it was just standard Wood Elf dodge position and play, so there was not much to talk about in the game. I do like Zwark's plan to try and cut the orcs in half, as we discussed. He has still got 2 black orcs tied on the tree right now, that's a pretty good value for Zwark, to be honest.
Yeah, sure. 2 guard pieces locked up by that tree.
Yeah, I'd take that every time. But he is probably getting blitzed into Mango Fist, which is, at this point, incredibly scary. But it's a push.
Is he going to greed that?
Nah, he can't, can he?
He's considering it.
No, because he doesn't want to greet it. What he wants to do is push him to the Black Orc, because then that Black Orc can push him and follow away from the tree.
Yeah, that would get him off the tree. But he could also just push him into a dirty player block, into another push onto Wolf. He can just set up a chain of blocks and just hope that eventually Blodge runs out of luck.
Yeah, I think I'd have done it with the Black Orc and got the Black Orc away from the tree.
I don't know, I like pushing him towards the other tackle Mighty Blow guy, because the Black Orc had less chance of injuring him, whereas this chance you've got another shot at getting through him much more effectively, thanks to having... Although he's going to have to bring another player up to assist, thanks to...
I was going to say, if he doesn't get him, he's running out of ways to protect the ball.
Yeah, he's thrown a lot of players at it, but I think if he does get him, it'd be very, very worth. And this is where he consumes a reroll. If he
and the guy with Dauntless and Wrestle is within range of the ball right now.
Yeah.
To be
Crouching
fair,
Cake and Silent Cannoli with the guard are perfectly positioned to run around and get a shot on the ball.
He's actually bringing the ball carrier up for the assist himself.
Doesn't get him.
Oh my word. Mango Fist surviving just so many dice.
So has Pete played himself into a bit of a hole here, or will he be alright? Where's his guard at?
He's got Ware at the back as well, who can provide an assist. So as long as he blocks off the progression of Silent Cannoli, I don't think he has too much of a problem.
So where needs to go to the 7 o'clock position? Yeah, right there, perfect.
Yeah.
But I mean, so he can still get this ball out, right?
He can still one dice by leaping. If he gets one of these, if he gets Dancing Frit around the back to mark Ware, he can literally leap directly into that gap between the dirty player, the thrower, and Ware, and one dice the ball. Oh,
Zombie Mantis is technically in scoring range as well.
Is he though? You don't need to be in scoring range actually. If you can get the ball out with someone else and pass it to him, you just need to be far enough away from the blitzers to be.
That's a failed Black Orc dodge.
So he can, if he takes the run or the dancer and leaps forward 1 square, even the square behind the ball carriers, then he take the Crouching Cake and he can do that 5+ dodge because there's no tackle right there. Almost the exact same cage dive that Pete did against him and get 1 die on the ball carrier.
He's already got a
wrestle.
1 die with just tackle, and like, he's got the wrestle's probably better, but he's got a 1 die with pro. By just leaping in using the War Dancer to punch. And that frees up Crouching Cake to potentially recover the ball to get it to the Nerves of Steel Zombie Mantis.
Yeah, he's got an opportunity here. He's got a chance. I think Pete
and I think
chased him around too much. Go ahead.
And I think, yeah, if you are Zwark, and we've seen him, he is committed. And this is the point. He might not get a shot like this again. I think he has to pull the trigger on this.
Yeah, no choice.
At this point, I should probably point out that the Prophet did predict Zuark to win this game.
Man, you should have told him that before he fired the wizard. But yeah,
we just needed to make it.
The Prophet's doing great because he just picked elves to win every single game.
I think you did. I think his combination was pick Rel to win every single game, or elves to win every single game, and that is just what's happened, really.
So it's the Relf bracket. It was Shawnee, I believe, who found it. Or the first time I saw the TD foul was Shawnee. And no, I'm not saying someone else didn't do it first, but I'm saying that's where I saw it. And yes, they're actually calling it a house rule.
So, obviously, we still rely the old Wood Elf thing of don't roll a 1.
Well, it's don't roll a 1, then don't roll a 2. Then it's a 3+ leap because this guy's only had.
Well,
4.
He's done his fair share at once. He doesn't have to roll any more 1s this game.
Wow, it sounds like you've got a favourite here, Trunk.
So there's the assist.
That's what he needed to do to cancel. But yeah,
mark.
I like this because he's using Dancing Fritter as the recovery to get it to Zombie Mantis if this happens. This is smart play. I think we see Blitz, Leap, hit the catcher, and pray for a power or Defender staggers. It's a 1 in 3 chance once he hits him, and then with Pro, it's a 50% chance to take another 1 in 3 chance.
Here he goes. And he's on his feet.
Lands.
That's big. Oh my god, he gets the power. Oh my god, where's the bounce? Where's the bounce? No! Oh, Zwak!
My god.
Nuffle, please! Come on, man, give him a break. My heart hurts for Zwak at this point.
That's just brutal. That's brutal.
Wow, this is... I just think you just body up now. You just got to body up on this player and hope.
Skulls or something the other way. This is unbelievable. I haven't seen anything like this for a minute.
I don't think anyone can accuse Zuark of not trying his best to win this match.
I don't think anyone could accuse Zwak of anything less than just...
Oh, the tree has taken root.
Oh, and he gets a push as well. He's freed up the Black Orc. I don't know if I'd like taking that block at all. I know why he was trying to do it, to make some of his dodging out easier around the middle, but I don't know, man.
It was just another chance of a 1 that Nuffle gladly gave him.
But all credit to Zwak, he's kept focused this entire time. You know, he hasn't...
Knockdown Von Miller.
A lucky armor break here would be nice for him, but no, he's still got a lot of players around the ball, and he's got sure hands. Sorry, he's got strip ball, and the ball isn't in sure hands territory. So if he can get another block next turn, he's got a vastly increased chance of stripping that ball free.
Has Zuark managed a single armor break in this match?
1 on a Black Orc on his turn. It was technically his turn 2 thanks to the riot.
Well, here's the thing: is the only tackle near the board dancer is the ball carrier.
It's a lot of Wood Elves.
No, there's also he's now freed up a tackler.
Yeah, that was.
Which I don't necessarily like.
But of course, if you can hit the War Dancer down, then it's only 1 dodge roll away from that entire line. We've got 5 elves now, all in a line.
the elf conga line. He's actually blitzing with the Black Orc to try and...
He's setting up a push play.
Push play.
He wants to push the runner out.
Yeah, that may have been the wrong spot to put Spinning Tart, because it allowed that. Although, no, technically, when he blitzed that guy, it wouldn't have mattered where he put him.
He's now probably going to punch the War Dancer with the ball carrier, isn't he? I don't see a world in where he doesn't, really.
Well, he's only used his blitz, so doesn't he hit him with the lineman and just push him off and then he can run away?
Possibly, yeah.
Because the tree's going nowhere.
But skulls and both downs could have really, really screwed him up there.
Could have, but 3 rerolls means it was a perfectly good play.
Mm-hmm. That you say that, but we've seen Zwark roll worse.
So Pete can cage up now. He doesn't need to take any go for it risks. He doesn't need to do anything like that. He just has to almost
Stack the guard.
continue to let Zwark throw everything he's got, but fail.
Well, I mean, now Pete can put guard all around his ball carrier too, and the ball carrier has guard, so it makes it even harder.
Yeah, he just puts guard everywhere. Although, if he doesn't...
Put it, in the opposite corners, just like that. Yeah, he's set. Zwark's going to need some serious red die, and he needs enough to 100% change his mind.
Then again, he still only needs a push. Because he's got strip all.
Yep.
And he's crouching cake. He's getting close at the end zone, but he's also getting powered.
Well, that makes it easier for the War Dancer to get away.
I was going to say, that's now a much easier breakaway for that War Dancer. I don't necessarily agree with that at all, because now he can just get away and make a shot on ball now.
Assuming he doesn't roll a 1.
Oh, don't say that. Stop saying that.
There's a pair of 1s.
What was he doing? Oh, jump up.
Jump up and then pro failed.
Yeah, I was
But
wondering
again,
what
those are non-critical failures, and that's kind of that's the difference in the game. Is that Pete's getting non-critical failures and Zwark's getting critical failures.
It's another 1 on pro, Pete. He's had a lot of 1s on pro.
But, yeah, pro generally doesn't matter that much.
A lot of the time that's greed rerolls pro. If you dub scold and he had pro, you would probably use the team reroll just to be sure of it.
Absolutely. Yeah. It's only when you get like pushes and you're like, I'm a kill. Oh, there we go.
What did I say?
Pro failed as well. There's another pro failure. Wow,
that will be that. He's not going to catch him now.
No, that's game over.
Yeah, that'll do it, man.
I don't like making that play first. I'd have at least liked to have seen Drunken Punch move out. Who was
If
unmarked.
he was going to roll a 1, he was going to roll a 1.
No, but Drunken Punch was unmarked. So you could have at least pressured and maybe forced just ridiculous amounts of skulls.
I don't know. If you're REL Division 1 next season, you need to watch out for Zwark because he should have won this game. He's a really impressive coach.
He's played amazingly. Pete has played really, really well in the first half, especially to give Zwark so many problems, but Zwark just dealt with it. Oh, Drunken Punch got punched.
Yeah, it's not the best performance I've seen from Pete this season. He was exceptional when he beat the Sage earlier in the regular season, but
Pete is one of my favourites to go far, but I just don't think he's going to beat Sandoon and Marker. I'm sorry,
I don't know. I mean, this Orc team just doesn't get hurt.
Yeah, but Sandoon and Marker are capable of nonsense of the highest degree.
You say Sandoon, but the thing is, it's not going to be Sandoon. It's going to be Lumi.
Is it? We'll find out in a couple hours. But even
was that
Lumi
right? That it was Lumi's first ever playoff win?
Yeah, got that monkey up his back.
Here's the thing as well, yeah. Even if it's Lumi can ask a lot of questions of this Orc team. Lumi's team is, as someone who is a bit of a rap lover as it goes, I love Skaven. I think they're one of the best teams, if not the best team in the game. I strongly feel like...
Okay, he's going for it.
Lumi's capable.
Now he's not rolling 1s.
Hold my beer.
Yeah, he's had...
Holy...
a journeyman as well.
Oh, he gets all the way there. If that had taken the ball down, can you imagine if that had been double pow? Can
journeyman
you imagine?
Playing for a contract there.
Please, hire me, senpai.
That'll be that. He's going to take a block.
Really? Come on, man. Don't be mean.
That's an injury.
Oh, there goes Zombie Manus.
They're badly hurt.
That's just mean.
Does he need SPP? Like, he doesn't need SPP, right? For that guy?
He's a long way away from Legend.
He's in the race for Legend now.
Yeah.
He's not in the race for Legend. Basically, WAAAAGH is in the race for Legend.
There's a couple other pieces in REL Division 1 that aren't very far from Legend either. They're right behind WAAAAGH, so...
I think it's going to be really telling how WAAAAGH comes to the playoffs, because isn't Kool-Aid taking a break next season?
Yeah, he's taking the season off.
That's game anyway.
That's 2-1 to Pete's Art of the War.
That's the last remaining G-Man Division 1 team. Scraping through,
Yeah,
we would
fighting for the honor of G-Man. Here's the thing, yeah. 25. He got two. Pete got he got 2 armor breaks. Did Zwark to 17. So yeah, the elf armor held up. It's 848 blocks into 17 armor breaks. Probably lower than average. But I can't help but feeling like that was a very unfortunate scenario for Zwark.
It's also a first defeat for a Wood Elf or an AV-17.
Well, I don't know what's going to happen now, because everything's spinning out of control.
Just when we think the AV-7's got it sorted, they start rolling ones.
Well, Pete's going to end up facing the winner of the afternoon game, Lumi and Sand Dunes. So, man, what a day.
I'm looking forward to that game so much.
I mean, beginning of the season, if you had said my Super Bowl picks are Sand Dune versus Lumi, everybody would have been like, yeah, that sounds legit. And we're getting it round 2.
That entire part of the bracket was just insane. The fact that one of those two has to get through that and then face still undefeated Pete.
Yeah, and then get through all of that, and then you're still going into something like Morka or Kool-Aid Convoy or... was it the Sage was over in that side as well?
Well, the semi-final on this side is at the moment looking like it'll be someone like Eisenmike.
I don't know, man. That Gloom and Zoom squad with that wolf, he can tear up some lizards, man.
Yeah, he's proven